Welcome back to Steve's Project Car Garage. My name is Steve. Today we'll be working on the Spitfire again, trying to get the front end together so we can actually throw some wheels on it and maybe make it roll. We're still waiting on some parts for the rear end, so this is going to be something that we're going to do in the meantime just to kind of get this knocked out, so once we get the rear end parts, we can actually make the whole chassis roll, which is going to be awesome. So stick around, it's going to be a good video. Before we dive into the content today, I want to take a moment to thank you all very much for subscribing to the channel and being a part of this journey. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. When I first started this, I thought I'd be lucky if I can even get 100 people to go ahead and watch. But now I'm at 1,000. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, click the bell to get those notifications, because the projects that I'm doing here, while they may be small, they're pretty big to me, and I really appreciate the support. You guys are what keeps me going. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into today's project. All right, so these are the old rear hubs, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace the studs with a new set of Rover studs all the way around, but I gotta remove these guys first. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hammer these out using my vise to just kind of support it and get these guys taken care of real quick. There we go. That was nice and easy. I'll take it. Alright, so now that I have those studs removed, I'm going to go ahead and give these both just a nice quick pass through the wire wheel to clean them up, and then we'll tape them up and throw some paint on them. Alright, so we got these guys painted up. Not bad for a little rattle can job. I just kind of taped off the important bits and laid down some primer and then some paint on top of it. This is all high temp paint, so hopefully it should be able to last to the temperatures of braking. So now what we want to do is go ahead and get these guys installed. These are the Rover studs, and I just want to show you the comparison in size, and that is such a massive difference. These will go ahead and fit in, so it's just a matter of pressing them in. So I think that's what we're going to work on next, is pressing these guys in so we can go ahead and get this little side project marked off. One set down, many more to go. Keep cracking. 20-ton press has been really handy in this process, so just going to keep doing that, and I'll check in with you when I get it done. And just like that, through the power of YouTube, we have new studs. What a massive difference. I mean, just look at that. These are longer and they are way stouter. I mean, that's crazy. If you have not done this upgrade on your car, I would totally encourage it, because these little tiny studs, while they did work for 50 plus years, they don't instill a whole lot of confidence. So if you ever end up having your hubs off, it's worth the 60 or so bucks to go ahead and get all of these new studs and then to upgrade them. I cannot stress that enough. But now that that's done, it's time to something else. So let's keep cracking. All right, so now that I have those new studs put in, I'm going to go ahead and mount the brake rotors. We should go down to about 34 foot-pounds. These brake rotors were brand new when I first started on this project, however many years ago that was. They obviously have sat since, though, and developed a little bit of rust, but they've got like 5 miles on them, so I've got no worry about the little bit of surface rust that's on there. And so I'll make sure, though, before we go for a drive with these, that I give them a couple of good stomps and hit them with some brake cleaner, just to make sure that they're nice and clean and free of any kind of oils and debris. But I mean, realistically, this thing's brand new. I went ahead and I chased all the threads on both the bolts and the hubs themselves too before I went ahead and painted them. So those have all been nicely chased and they're all good and clean. So let me go ahead and get these down, and then we'll tighten them up. Let me see if I can find a good way to get these things cinched down so I can really tighten them up. Alright, so I'm not even clamping down on this, but it's good enough to be able to just kind of hold it in place. Obviously I don't want to mess up those threads on those nice new studs I just put in. But this is making getting that 34 foot-pounds a breeze. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much at a spot now where I can go ahead and start assembling this front end. For the last couple of days, I've been going through all of this hardware and chasing threads and just kind of removing paint and prepping all of this stuff. And I think I have all my hardware together now, and I think I'm ready to just go ahead and start putting this stuff back together so we can at least get the front pretty much ready to roll. So let's get you set up and get cracking. Well, wasn't expecting that. Alright, well, getting that out wasn't the worst thing in the world. I just took a drill bit and I just drilled right through it. So, got it out. Gonna have to blow this out, make sure the thread's good, but I will have to get another bolt because, well, that's the only one I had of that. So, oh well, not a big deal. We can keep pressing on though. Alright, so now that I have tighten everything down and royally mess everything up and realize that I had a bunch of stuff backwards, let me go ahead and put this together and show you the right way. What do you say? One more time? That is the correct way to put that on. All right, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm filthy, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go grab a shower and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. All right, so now that we've got all the parts for the wheels put together, we're ready to go ahead and actually get these front hubs put on. So let's go ahead and get some grease and let's get packing. All right, so previously I had brand new bearings in here that I put in and put like 5 miles on the car with. These bearings were, like I said, brand new. And so they have like no miles on them. And so I'm not gonna go ahead and just chuck them. Although I do have new bearings that I could put in if I wanted to, but I don't see a reason to replace the bearings when they've only got a few miles on them. When I took this all apart, I kept everything nice and clean. I did not allow any schmutz to get in there. I did actually remove the old grease, and then I put in paper towels, and with that I was able to go ahead and just kind of protect everything from getting dirty in there. And I also, on top of the paper towels, I actually taped it all up, so I think I did pretty good in that regard. So now we got this nice and full of grease. Try to get just a little bit more. Let's get this other one done. What a messy job. Alright, so these are the new old bearings. So we're just gonna really kind of jam all that grease in there. Get these nice and packed with that new grease. Cool. All right, let's get clean up this grease a little bit. I don't want to waste any. And then we'll put these on. Okay, we're just going to get that on for the moment, and then get the other wheel on so at least we have it mounted, and then we'll get it all adjusted. All right, so it's time to go ahead and just finish this guy up. So it says that I need to do 5 foot-pounds on this while spinning the hub to go ahead and then find the first flat to be able to put this 1/8 inch by 1 inch long cotter pin in. So let's just see if I can even do 5 foot-pounds and make this thing click. I don't know if it's going to, but let's see. There we go. That was it. I got 5. I got a click. So that's pretty wild. And now I got to just find, like, I got to back it off just enough to be able to find the hole for the cotter pin. And I can see it right there. So it's just a little. Right. A little bit more. All right, there it is. We'll drop the cotter pin on in. And let me get little pliers here. There we go. Feels good. Awesome. Let me get the other side. All right, so I got those all put on. For the time being, I'm just going to put these grease caps on. Just going to put them on lightly though, because I need to order replacements because these have a decent sized hole in them. If you know of a decent solution for these, by the way, that doesn't require like pretty much destroying them just to take them off, let me know. Because I got this one and I got this one, and I just put a screw in them and then I tried to pull them off, but there always seems to be a bear. But they ruin them, and you got to order new ones. So let me know in the comments section if you know of a decent solution for these. All right, there you have it. Just like that, we have a front end that's ready to accept wheels. Of course, I still have a steering rack to do, brakes to do, brake lines to do, but for the moment, if I could go ahead and just put this on the ground, I could put wheels on this puppy and the front would roll. Now, of course, it would be dragging its tail because, well, the axle needs to be done. But we're going to tackle that in the next video. So, for the time being, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell to get those post notifications. And when working on cars like this, remember, don't over torque your bolts and don't be that dreaded previous owner.